Welcome and or welcome back to my channel. I'm Hannah Blackwell and today I'm going to be bringing you my cozy TBR. These are all of the cozy books that are on my TBR. No, that's a lie. These are not all of the books that are on my cozy TBR, but these are the ones that I think are the most cozy and that I really want to get to soon. Like, I've kept this list down to 7 so I can be like, sure, like, no, I really want to get to these books. Some of them are library books that I have out right now. Some of them are just books that I want to get to really bad, but they're all cozy. So they're cozy fantasy and cozy mystery. I think one of them's a cozy romance too, but it's kind of like a mixture of things as well. So grab yourself a cozy drink, something hot like a tea or coffee or whatever you want, and let's get into this video. Make sure that you have subscribed and click the like button, comment down below. Let me know if you've read any of these books and which ones I should prioritize. Also, let me know if you have any recommendations for me for cozy books too. I did recently restart my Patreon, so I'll have all that information linked down below. If you want to take part in the Cozy Corner, you can chat with us over on the Cozy Corner of the Hideaway and just have fun talking about books and life, etc. So let's go ahead and get into this list. I'm going to start with some cozy fantasy, and then I will talk about the cozy romance, and then we'll talk about the cozy mysteries, one of which is actually like a paranormal. The first book that I have here that I really would like to get to soon was actually a gift. This was gifted to me by Kristen. I'll have her channel linked down below. She actually recently started a bookish channel a few months ago, so I'll have her channel linked down there. Thank you so much, Kristen. I'm really excited for this book. I need to get to it. It's coming into like the perfect season to read it, and that's A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking by T. Kingfisher. I've really enjoyed all of the T. Kingfisher books that I've read, and I think this one's more YA or middle grade. I think the main character is younger. Yeah, she's 14. So 14-year-old Mona isn't like the other wizards charged with defending the city. So I think that she owns a bakery possibly. Yeah, and then she finds a dead body. So this sounds like it might have a little bit of a cozy mystery aspect too. And so it sounds very, very cute. This just sounds very cute. I'm hoping for it to be super, super cozy. There's a bakery, there's wizards, there might be a mystery. I think this is going to be everything. T. Kingfisher can really write a cozy book and really create some awesome atmosphere. So I know she's just going to hit this out of the park. The next I have is a classic that I've been wanting to pick up for a while. I did kind of like skim the first couple pages, and they were written very well. And I think this might be the perfect book to just curl up with in a blanket on like a really cold or rainy day and just be transported to another world. And that is The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle. Ever since I saw Sarah Lavender like read a little portion of this book on her ASMR channel, I wanted to read it. And then I picked up this new copy. They did a new cover on it recently at the Barnes & Noble, I think last year, and it was blurbed by Patrick Rothfuss. And he's just a very well-known author as well in the fantasy community. I think that this is kind of a classic, or at least a modern day classic, and it's about a unicorn who, I guess they think they might be the last unicorn and they want to find out. She lives in this enchanted forest, and she ventures out of the enchanted forest on a quest to see if she can find other unicorns. She wants to know if she really is the last of her kind. And I think this is going to be a tale that is going to have like a lot of, I don't know, maybe like human nature representation, the importance of like family and finding your destiny and your people, you know? And so I don't know, this I think is going to be really, really nice. I think that this is supposed to have gorgeous writing too. Like I said, I did read a few pages from it and I thought the writing was really nice, but I think this is also going to be quite cozy, like very classic fantasy feel. And I've heard wonderful things about this. This is a lot of people's favorite fantasy of all time, and I haven't read it yet, and I feel like I'm a failure. Why haven't I read this? I feel like it almost might kind of give me like the Hobbit vibes. Not like, I mean, it's different obviously, but in terms of like that classic fantasy, I want to reread The Hobbit now. I always want to reread The Hobbit, but I love The Hobbit. So there was a period of time a couple months ago that I just was not in the mood for fantasy, and I had been trying to read this book and I was like liking it, and I could tell I would really enjoy it if I read it at a different time, because it's perfect for me. It's just, it wasn't the time, and it's really short. So I got almost halfway through and I just wasn't feeling like reading fantasy and I put it down. But I really want to read this, especially while I'm in a fantasy mood. So this is Thorn Hedge, and it is a retelling of Sleeping Beauty, but it's kind of not a retelling, but a reimagining of Sleeping Beauty. And this is by T. Fisher. Of course, if I'm going to have a cozy TBR, at least 2 books are going to be a T. Fisher book because she just writes such cozy books. I think the main character is a toad or a toadling of sorts, a toad-shaped heroine. And then there's a gentle knight and a mission gone completely sideways. Of course, I love T. Fisher. Anyway, I was really enjoying this book. We've got this toad creature that is kind of trying to protect this castle situation that's like covered in thorns, and there's this fairy tale that surrounds it, and the prince kind of wants to get the prize for finding the castle. I'm not doing a good job of explaining this, but it's really short. It's T. Fisher. I was really enjoying it, other than not being in a fantasy mood, so I need to pick this one back up soon. And it's, yeah, I mean, it's blurred by everyone for a reason. Naomi Novik, Catherine Arden, Juliette Marillier. Those literally are 3 of my favorite authors. And T. Fisher. Okay, so let's talk about, and that one was like a fantasy romancy kind of book too. Like, it's a very like fairy tale romance type thing. I'm hoping there's an HEA. Witch of Wild Things by Raquel Vasquez Gilliland. I talked about this one towards the end of last year too, and this, I think, I'm hoping for it to have like witchy Gilmore Girl vibes. I don't know if it will, but like I have that feeling maybe. And our heroine is a witch, and she works with plants, I think. So she works at Cranberry Rose Company. The Cranberry Rose Company, and she has the ability to communicate with plants. She ends up having to work with her ex, who broke her heart in high school. So I think this is a second chance romance. And there's also a mystery involved as well. So I think one of her sisters is deceased, and she wants to find out like how that happened. So it's got a mystery element, it's got a romantic element, and it's witchy. These are things that I love. So I think that I'm gonna like it. The cover itself is super cozy. There's like mushrooms on the cover, which I love to see. I love mushrooms, and I love this whole cover, actually. I just love it. It's got a cute, cozy cottage-like house, and there's plants and mushrooms and a moth. It sounds really good. But I haven't heard of much people reading it. Maybe it just kind of like got lost in the noise because there has been so many witchy kind of romance, cozy kind of books in the last couple of years that some things kind of got left out. Hopefully it is not like a letdown or anything, but it says a perfect mix of magical realism and swoony romance. So, okay, let's get into the cozy mysteries. The first one is a paranormal cozy that I'm very excited about. This has been on my list to read for cozy mysteries for a long time, even before I did my recent like cozy mystery deep dive. And this is Crime and Poetry, a magical bookshop mystery. This is by Amanda Flower. And so it's a bookshop, but it's magical. So the main character is Violet, and she goes to stay with her grandmother who owns a magical bookshop, Charming Books. It's where the perfect book tends to fly off the shelf and pick you. Oh my goodness, that sounds really cute. So anyway, they find a dead body, Benedict Raisin, and this person had her grandmother in as well. And that kind of makes her a suspect. So they need to figure out who done it, and I think this is supposed to be just a really cute series I've heard really good things about, and I love the whole magical bookstore thing. Like, it kind of makes me think of, even though it's a wand shop like Ollivander's, you know, because it was talking about like, you know, like the whole like the wand chooses the wizard thing, like the right book flies off the shelf to you. I don't know, that's what it makes me think of, but like books, you know. Sounds really, really cute. Also, this cover is everything, and there's a cat. It's a really cute cover. Okay, and then I have Get Away with Murder by Diane Kelly. So this is set on a mountain. It's the Mountain Lodge Mysteries, and I love like cabins in the mountains. Like, I'm not like the let's go to the beach for a vacation kind of person. I'm like, let's go rent a cabin when it's crisp and cold, and like we'll light fires and do the hot tub thing and enjoy the beautiful mountain views. and cook amazing food in a cabin, and like we'll wear fuzzy pajamas and have big slippers and wrap ourselves in blankets, and like that is my perfect ideal vacation. So this is just, to me, super, super, super cozy. But I don't know anything really about the book. I just know the series is set at this mountain lodge. It sounds, and I've heard good things, but it sounds like something I personally will find like extremely cozy, and something that might be perfect for the upcoming cold weather season, like cabin in the mountainous woods. Like that's where you go in cold weather, you know? Okay, Murder in a Scottish Shire. This is the last book on my list, and this is set at a yarn shop in Scotland. Super ultra cozy. Okay, so our main character is a single mom. I think her kid is 10 years old, and they have a Scottish Terrier, which is super cute. He's on the cover right here. And they have a sweater shop called Cashmere Crush, and there's a murder. It looks like she discovers a young woman who she had recently rehired to help with the shop, and she shows up unalived, and so they have to figure out who done it. I really like the Vampire Knitting Society, and so I was like, I really want to try a contemporary yarn shop series, because I really like the whole yarn shop theme kind of thing. Especially Scotland, to me, sounds like the coziest setting. So a yarn shop in Scotland, ultimate cozy. Like, you can't get cozier than that, can you? It just, yeah, it sounds really good. So those are my cozy books that are on my TBR that I really want to get you soon, that I'm very, very excited about. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you read any of these books, or if you heard anything about them, if there's any of them that you think I should prioritize, or if there's a different cozy recommendation that you have for me or for anyone else viewing this. Y'all can chat. We can all chat about cozy books in the comments. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe. Check out my Patreon. It's linked down below in the description. It's now opened up the Cozy Corner in the Hideaway, so check all of that out. Until next time, fellow readers, keep reading and living your best life.
Why you never said you felt that way? And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away.